The poor little girl was caught by a group of bad guys. They bound the girl's hands and feet, inject an unknown liquid into the girl's body. The girl quickly fell into a coma. Can only be manipulated by others. They are the largest human trafficking group in Southeast Asia, searching for young girls on the street to deceive people into getting into cars in the name of admiration. Let them drink drinks with hallucinogens. God takes people away without the knowledge of ghosts, and then concentrated in a secret warehouse. Eating, drinking, and urinating are all solved in cages. Pretty girls will be sold to dark places, selling at a low price to a remote mountain valley for an old bachelor to be his wife. On this day, the buyer came to the door for a transaction. A beautiful girl was brought out. The buyer paid with satisfaction. Preparing to take away the girl, a gun hit the man's head. Human traffickers need to confirm the buyer's identity, require men to inspect the goods on the spot. After speaking, push the girl onto the sofa. The man began to untie his belt, but the next second, turns out he's a special agent. His name is Tony, disguised as a buyer to gather intelligence. After 3 or 2 strikes to eliminate the minion, Tony grabbed the little head and hung him upside down outside the window, force him to reveal the location of the girl's detention. Under threat of life, Zosumu quickly and honestly explained to Tony that after obtaining a satisfactory answer, throw the little leader down in one fell swoop. This kind of person is not worthy to live. Night falls. A dirty population transaction is taking place at the dock. The tragic girls are packed in containers. Can be used as a young man to open a container, even being a notorious trafficker. The boss couldn't help but cover his mouth and nose. All the girls in the entire container died inside. 50 blooming girls all died tragically in a container. People with conscience are lamenting, and the unscrupulous trafficker leader is in love with the silver of white flowers. I didn't wait for him to feel heartbroken for long. The ambushed Interpol surrounded them in groups. Both sides engaged in a fierce battle. The traffickers were caught off guard, quickly eliminate most of them. Only the leader and his son are left. Finally, my son also died under the criminal police box. The leader is heartbroken, instantly lost the desire to resist escape, holding on to my son and crying uncontrollably. That's it, human trafficking groups were completely wiped out, but the leader can traverse Southeast Asia. There must be a strong support behind me. He used connections, hardly wash away all the charges on oneself. He's going out to avenge his son. This is a calm night. Dazhuang is sleeping with his wife in his arms. Suddenly, a stray bullet flew into the window of one's own unit, instantly ignited by gunfire. The leader's revenge came quickly and quickly. My wife fell in a pool of blood, died on the spot. The only daughter was taken away, unknown whereabouts. Wait for Dazhuang to wake up. Upon learning of this news, where can I still lie down? He pulled out various pipes from his body. I gave myself an injection of painkillers. Sneaking out of the hospital, he returned home, find the weapon box from the ruins. The current goal is revenge. Dazhuang broke into a bar and the leader's name. After pressing for some clues, just one bomb blew up the bar. This explosion also turned him into a criminal. But now Dazhuang doesn't care at all. He immediately set off to head to his hiding place, and Tony and others are pursuing Dazhuang. Several people separated after finding Dazhuang's whereabouts. At this point, Xiaohe was suddenly shot by his companions, and he shot himself again, then threw the gun to Dazhuang. Turns out he was already bribed by the leader. Tony was holding on to his companion's body and feeling heartbroken. Xiaohe took the opportunity to blame Dazhuang for everything, wanted to use Tony to deal with Dazhuang. This group of blooming girls, being confined in a cage like an animal, soon it will be sold into the mountainous areas, or some at regular sound and color places. Dazhuang, look at these poor girls, remembering my daughter, whose life and death are unknown. He really can't do it. Turn a blind eye to it. So he shot himself into the human trafficking dens. Beat the traffickers off guard. Just solved this group of human traffickers. One gun stuck against his head. It turned out that Tony Dazhuang, who followed closely, killed his companion. It's Little Black. Just as Tony wavered, Little Black, hiding in the dark, suddenly attacked. Fortunately, Dazhuang managed to defeat Tony in time. Now Tony understands that he's caught in the trap. Pick up the gun and start melee with Little Black hardy as soon as the bullets run out. Tony is relatively short in stature, took some losses in front of the tall Little Black, but his will to seek revenge is too strong, sees every opportunity to counterattack. In the end, one shot sent Xiaohe away. The poor girls have welcomed redemption. They put their hands together, expressing gratitude to Tony and Dazhuang. After, the two of them are going to Cambodia together. Dazhuang wants to revenge his wife and daughter, and Tony's girlfriend was also caught by human traffickers. Just as my girlfriend was about to die, Tony arrived in time. One shot, killed the human trafficker. Dazhuang picked up the grenade. A bombardment. The human traffickers who came to support after flipping over. The leader saw that the situation was not good, planning to escape by helicopter. How could Dazhuang let him go and shoot a machine gun? Hardly knocked down the plane. Damu came forward to check the situation, but the leader who was killed was attacked and stabbed in the abdomen with a knife. The revenge of my wife and daughter has not yet been avenged. Dazhuang will never let himself fall. He forcefully pulled out the knife, backhand inserted into the leader's body. The despicable leader is not a person even when he dies. Tell Dazhuang his daughter was sold. Never try to find it. Through this matter, the largest human trafficking group in Southeast Asia has been completely eradicated. But Dasan embarked on the path of finding his daughter, regardless of the outcome. This is a father's obsession with his daughter. It's also the driving force behind his survival.